Hello, Dr. Gibson and students of EDM 641, Learning Management Systems and Organization, March 2010. My name is Bill Wallace, and I would like to welcome you to an overview of the Introduction to Graphical Analysis course I built using Udutu. My lesson introduces the computer program titled Graphical Analysis to a first-time user. I show learners how to set up the data table and the graph area in preparation for entering their data values. I show them how to enter their data, and they learn how to use the powerful graphical analysis capabilities for visually analyzing their data. Now we're going to take a quick tour through my course, Graphical Analysis. We're going to start in Facebook, Udutu Learn. Click on the course, and it brings up the introductory page, which lists all of the objectives for the course. We traverse to the next screen, which is the first screen in the course, the section called Introduction to Graphical Analysis. And here's a video that plays through descriptions of the various areas of the graphical analysis display. Following that, there's an assessment, and this shows real quickly, totally cut for time limitations, how the assessment works. The screen, various screens are outlined in red, and the buttons then indicate a label for those screens. You drag the buttons down, and if you get it right, you move on. And if you get one wrong, you come back to this screen. If you get them all wrong, you go back to the video. And that's what this one just showed. All of them were wrong, went back to the video. Now back to the assessment again, go through the assessment process now, select it, and got them all right, so we move on to the next screen. I put a link in the text itself so we can go on to the next video, which is the second part of Introduction to Graphical Analysis, which talks about how you use the mouse to click through the various screen elements and make changes. And this is just part of the video, which we're going to skip most of. And that's all the farther I've gotten so far, so the rest of it is under construction. Who would benefit from this course material? This course is targeted at students who are learning to recognize the cause and effect relationship between data. It's also meant for students who are analyzing data they have collected from a study or a lab experiment. Let's listen in to the students and teacher for a second as they speculate on what shape of graph their data will create.
Deborah, would you like to comment on that?
It's going up continuously on this chart, but if you went further, it would go up. Like, it wouldn't stay going up. Eventually, it would stop.
Why?
Because it's not going to go up forever. It's going to
So
finish growing.
And what happens when the graph stops? What happens if I want to keep plotting points? What happens to the line?
It just goes straight.
Goes straight up?
Straight, like straight across.
It just continues going straight across. But I got it.
The graphical analysis tool can be used to quickly show the students how the data is related using both visual and mathematical representations. Why I chose this learning scenario. I chose this approach because I wanted a little more control over the navigation for my course. For instance, in the first assessment, I wanted to defeat the standard navigation so I could control whether the learner was sent back to the video, restart the assessment, or go to the next part of the course. When the course is complete, the first screen will be the master menu. There will be several sections that can be initiated by the learner from the master menu. They can start at any of these sections at their option and will not be forced to follow any order. However, once in a section, I will control the order of steps through that section. That first section will look like this. Of course, all of the buttons will be operational. Tools like Udutu can be useful adjuncts and supplements to lessons designed for online, virtual and gaming worlds, and face-to-face delivery. The Udutu-based lessons can be introductions to a more difficult lesson, reinforcement for a previous lesson, a scaffolding lesson between two others, and an alternative media approach to a lesson to engage other intelligences and learning styles, and an assessment and subsequent remediation during the course or unit. And the lesson can also be one form of assessment at the end of a module